Morrie's Luxury Autos here today with the all-new 2015 Maserati Ghibli. What I'd like to do is show you around the interior of the vehicle, the exterior, and then give you a driving review. So the Maserati Ghibli is Maserati's entry vehicle, and what it was built for was to compete with those German sedans. Basically, if you're looking at the Ghibli, you might be looking at a 5 Series BMW, the Audi A6, or even the larger Mercedes. The thing these don't have is the heritage of Maserati. This car, when you get inside, has a special feeling to it that's hard to explain. One thing that does help is the sound coming out of the different engine options that are available. So standard on the Ghibli is a rear-wheel drive 345 horsepower twin-turbo V6. This model that we have here is the S with the Q4, which is the all-wheel drive platform, which boosts to 404 horsepower. The sound coming out of this V6 is simply incredible. Alright, so now behind the wheel of the 2015 Ghibli. I love this lipstick red interior. I mean, it looks great with the white exterior and the black in here. The stitching is what you'd expect to find in a Maserati. I mean, the suede headliner, everything, how the vehicle just kind of flows together. It's got that Italian feel to it. I mean, the same as Ferrari, the bigger QP, which is just an unbelievable car as well. But I mean, the way it all comes together, the clock right in the center of the dash, I mean, it's definitely a wonderful timepiece right there. It looks good. I mean, from that, the navigation below with the touchscreen, I don't know if I've been in a car that's been more user-friendly. But I mean, from here with the steering wheel, how you can go through, you can click it into sport mode, which you're gonna wanna do if you want a little sound out of the back as well, and the sport suspension down there. But I mean, the paddle shifters, this car is so much fun to drive. So this again is the 404 horse twin turbo V6 with the all-wheel drive. And I mean, you get that little raspy bark coming out of the back. You don't expect it right away, but once you kick the sport mode in, I mean, the Gran Turismo is such a outstanding. I mean, when you hear that car, you know it's coming from about 4 blocks away. And I feel like the Ghibli is a little more kind of maintained as far as a sports car would be. It's comfortable. It doesn't kind of buck you around on the road like even some of the older kind of Maseratis did, or when you're in a BMW, I guess is the best comparison. You feel like you're in a sports car. There's no relaxing inside of the 5 Series. And I think the Ghibli is kind of on a different level as far as, I mean, smoothness, comfort. That the Audi as well provides a ton of performance if you're looking at the S5 or maybe the S4, but I mean, it doesn't have that kind of special something to it that this car does. And I hope that makes sense, because when you hear this, you get that just around 3,000 RPMs, that nice little bite to it. And I mean, it's something different when you pull up in this car. It's a different thing than you'd expect. The best part about the Maserati, it's arriving in style with class. It's something different, something to be desired. And I mean, you can't really put that into words. It gets up, it goes, it stops even better. The paddle shifters are super fun too. If you want a little bit more of that spirit in driving, you can kick it down and I mean, into second gear. That would never get old. I mean, I've driven these cars for years now, and that sound is my favorite. Between that and the Aston Martin, it's tough to make you smile more than that exhaust note. And, you know, it's a different experience in a Maserati, and I think that's the point of this car. It's not, I mean, opposed to being an everyday vehicle, an Italian sports car that you could drive every single day. That's kind of tough to argue with. It really rounds out a great package rather than going with, I hate to call it, but the econo-box German sedans. I mean, why not show up in something different that's fun, that sounds like this? The carbon fiber, so this one does have a little bit different of a package in here as well. Inside with this carbon here between the cup holders and the door sills and everything else. I mean, this car is beautiful. That white exterior, it looks great when the sunlight hits it. So the SQ4, I have driven this car in the snow. You could drive this car year round in a Minnesota winter. It was crazy good. I mean, the all seasons that are on there are pretty good. If you threw a set of snow tires on here, you wouldn't ever think twice about it. Which, I mean, what would Enzo Ferrari say if you were driving an Italian sports car all year round? It's not something to be expected, and I think that's really what the best part of the Ghibli is, kind of breaking that expectation of, I mean, you know it's going to be good, you know it's going to be fun, but you didn't expect it to be this good at this price point. On behalf of Morrie's Luxury Auto, thank you for watching our Ghibli overview. If you'd like to schedule your test drive, make sure to call, click, or stop by Morrie's Luxury Auto today. Thanks again for watching.